funky stuff to bring you back into the Throwdown OCE Championship League Play 2. My name's Hysterics, Yummy Cheeseman, and Career Lord, and now Jam Gaming jump into Darksided. This is going to be difficult as well.
This is going to be a very difficult match for Jam Gaming, who just came off a 3-0 loss, to be able to take down another top team in Darksided.
Yeah, it's not a place you really want to go to. You normally want a bit of relaxation after getting kind of stomped by Chiefs. But Darksided, this is their opportunity to step up. They've had the warm-up. They now get to go against a slightly easier team.
Jam Gaming.
Yeah.
The Jam Gaming, we saw them take down Tainted Minds. Their opportunity to get into the top 2 is to now take down Darksided. They'll also have an opportunity later in the tournament to take down Legacy, but this could launch them all the way up.
Potentially, but for Jam Gaming, there were those really great moments that I think Darksided will be saying, okay, we need to shut them down and not give them, again, that much room to breathe.
They had way too much, and Jam Gaming just need to step up with the pace a little bit. Against Darksided, they're a very structured team, so if they can use that extra time well, they'll do well.
Yeah, and break into the rotations of the Darksided team. Darksided on the flip side, though, they had a pretty good week last week. 2 3-1s against, Love Decks as well, who were on form. It was a good showing.
It was a big showing, and Dumbo was able to step up, but he's not been really happy with his performance. He's been missing a lot of balls and not quite playing like he wants to, like a person who's played 6,000 hours. So he's really working hard to improve.
He's a good player if they want to improve, because he has that work ethic that, if Dumbo knows he's like, I need to do better, he will put all the time in the world to becoming the best at what he needs to be.
That's what he's really introduced into Darksided. They're the hardest working team here. And up against Jam Gaming, they're really hungry for it.
And Jam Gaming as well, they've also put in the effort. But not only that, Jam Gaming, if they can take away Darksided, then you have to argue that they could potentially be running into that top 3, top 2 position.
Yep.
Because they've taken down Tainted Minds. They weren't able to take down Chiefs. Now there's one more team standing in their path in that top 3. Well, until they... Legacy. But Jam Gaming, Career, I'm going to start with you. Are they good enough? Are they in form, do you think, to take down a structured team and hardworking team like Darksided?
No, I'm going to go to Darksided. I've enjoyed watching Dumbo's progression on his team and the way that the roster has evolved over time. And I think it's just paying dividends to them, and they're playing amazingly. Darksided.
I think this is actually going to be a really close series. I think Darksided are maybe the most beatable team at the top. They're the most consistent, which is great to see, but they're missing some of that edge and unpredictability that often those top teams have. So I'm going to give it away to Darksided, but it'll be close.
So structured and Darksided, however, I honestly believe that Jam will find a win. If not last series, it's going to be this one because of how impressive they can be at sometimes.
Is that a conspiracy?
No, it's not a conspiracy theory. It's definitely not. I honestly am impressed by their performance last series in the sense that they had moments where they could hold out, and they could hold out that long against the Chiefs. Darksided, a very different team. They're hard-working, but so are Jam. So let's jump into Jam taking on Darksided and see who will reign supreme.
This is a big match for Jam Gaming. Darksided are looking to get into that top 2, but Jam could snatch that position away from them.
Already onto the attack, and Darksided, a huge boss for Jam. Last game for Jam of the day. They want to walk away with a series win, head themselves up on the defensive. Dumbo coming in. It's going to be cleared all the way other side to Express, and he'll be able to come and really destroy. That's what they want to do. Darksided now in position. Dumbo dunks.
Big play from Dumbo all the way up and then straight back down. Dumbo, that is the progress that he's made throughout this season.
Already one goal going over to Darksided, and his hard work at the 6,000 hour player. I am quite convinced that Jam, after that series, are going to be feeling a little bit restrained, a little bit held back, because that was a very tense series, and now Darksided pushing forward. This is going to be Jam Gaming trying to clear the ball, get it all the way down the other side of the field, which they've done. Decker comes in and tries to take it away from Express. Express there gets the ball past Bango with a slide, but it's matched by Darksided. Over the top, Walcott going for the run. It still comes through. Bango's up for the ball. It hits the backboard, but the demolition on Decker will stop the shot.
That's big plays from Darksided, just defensive demolitions, and that's something that Express really worked on throughout this last year.
Because of that, Jam Gaming now still in that uncomfortable field position. 1-0 up for Darksided, and they get the ball through again.
It is Dumbo stepping up. The exact same play, getting this ball high and ready for Dumbo to just slam it in the net, and no one from Jam Gaming was in a good position to make a full defense.
They're really struggling at the start of this series, and a different opponent, different play style from Darksided.
They've been playing so much faster and able to get to the ball quicker than Jam Gaming, something you don't normally see.
Jam Gaming, they're a team that are trying to make a statement here. They toppled Tainted Minds. They've lost out to the Chiefs. Darksided also stand at the top. Another series for Darksided here in the making. 2-0 in game one. Express hanging back. It's a big clear from Jam Gaming, but unable to match it. Bango Decker, they hang around by this wing. It's going to be taken away by Shady. They win out the ball, and it means that Shady gets it off the corner.
That was so strange by Shady, but that's exactly why it worked. Just coming off the roof and finding a weird angle down. He didn't need to get that final touch, but he could have also just pushed that one in.
That's a great play from the Darksided offense. And 3-0 up, 3 minutes remaining. Jam.
This is what I've really wanted to see from Darksided as well. The ability to be unpredictable and make some sort of crazy plays that throws the defense way off.
We've seen a lot of improvements by these OCE teams in the last week, and it's adapting to League Play 1. Whereas Darksided, they had such a great week. They wanted to improve further still. The hard-working team works even harder. As Jam Gaming are being pushed to the limit. They're back on the defense. Darksided are back in. The demolition opens it up. Bit high from Express, and
that's so counter to the Express MO. He always hits it on net. One of the rare misses we ever see.
Well, Darksided still trying to find a clean-up to that situation, and over the side, off the corner. Decker now pushing forward, but Express winning the ball. Trying to clean it up, and he does. That is the redemption.
This is domination coming out from Darksided. They're just flying over the top of Jam Gaming, and that's such a difficult read off that top corner, following it up with the double touch. If this is what Darksided look like now, I'm worried about the rest of league play.
Well, especially for anyone who goes up against them. Starting with a clean 2-0. Starting game one with a potential clean 4-0. 2 minutes remaining. Decker's in. Jam Gaming trying to find the weakness, but demolition onto Walcott. Comes around the corner off the back wall, and Darksided, they keep on pressuring Jam Gaming, even more so than the Chiefs, where the Chiefs look cool, calm, collected. Aggressive is the Darksided offense. They push forward, and Express able to get these bumps and the demolitions that keep coming out. Darksided, they've got time to play with, and they got the score.
This is good, but Jam Gaming need to pick up the pace and find each other so much more, because they're just letting shot opportunities come in. They should be getting out to them and challenging before they come.
Well, Walcott does get the bump away, and it's clear there that Decker needs. Pushes it over to the right wing, but no one's there, and it should be sent all the way back. Darksided up for the ball is Express, and getting cheated out now. This is a good center, and the back, Walcott doesn't get it away.
Again, the big pass out, the big slam down, this time from Shady. And you can just see all three of them finding each other on the pitch, knowing where to hit the ball and executing it crisply.
Shady, the man, the myth, the legend. Darksided have built this roster. Coming into 2018, hard-working more than ever. It's always a story about this mob, and Jam Gaming really struggling against a 6,000-hour Dumbo, against Express, whose pinpoint, against Shady, whose aggression is unmatched in this series. And another moment where Darksided want to get the score limit.
That's Dumbo's hat trick. And again, we were talking about him right at the very start. He's the one that has been struggling so far, and he's going to be happy with this first game performance.
What a confidence booster, really, for Darksided. And 6-0, game one is indefinitely going to go over to them. This is going to be the hardest thing to come back from. And the old member, Bango, watching this roster, the development has just been so large. On the defensive again, Jam Gaming. You have to question, how do they take on a mob like Darksided, who they've got their own experience. Bango has been to RLCS, but then you have a member in Express who's also got that experience.
We saw last week that Jam Gaming were able to win against Tainted Minds because all three of them were hitting the ball well. They just weren't missing any touches. they were just getting it past Tainted Minds. Well, you can't get away with just hitting the ball well this time. They need to find some passes. They need to build some room. And they need to be speeding up the play. I'm not sure where Walcott's fast aerials have gone.
I think that it's just so much pressure that's been built up from Darksided, and Dumbo, he's taken the ball through. Walcott narrowly saves it, but at this point in time, Darksided, they want to hold their throne, and this is the Darksided going into league play as well. Online league play, Darksided have really never faltered. They've always stayed in a top position.
They've always been at the top. In fact, last season they were #1 coming out of league play, even against the Chiefs. As almost a huge play from Shady. That is a 7-0. I don't know if we've seen a 7-0 before in Throwdown history, at least not in league play. Usually it's a 7-1 or a 7-2 if it just goes crazy, but this one, a complete shutout with Dumbo scoring 4 goals.
And that was a convincing win if I've ever seen one. And you're right. I don't think we've seen a 7-0. And one as convincing as that, Jam Gaming had nothing to say. And this is a concern because in this series, Jam Gaming now losing to the Chiefs, now losing. If they lose to Darksided, 2 of the top teams, they block them in RLCS. Should they get into that top 4 position?
It's also the question of, they want, or everyone wants to get into that top 2 position, get straight into that regional final, so you have a much better chance of getting to RLCS. So if they lose this match, they're kind of blocked from making it into the top 2 of league play, and that is the huge difference for them.
And I think, especially with league play 2, this is when definitions are being made. This is when teams are breaking ahead. For teams like Legs Silly, they can disrupt league play a little bit more. Jam Gaming taking some losses, they then risk the fact of, okay, can we be toppled by a team that's rising through the ranks?
We're now at a point where Jam Gaming in game number 2, this is the very beginning of this game, is going to determine the entire series. If it starts the same way, then Jam should just get crushed. But sometimes when you are in a situation where you go behind a few goals in a game, it can really run away from you. So this is the contention point.
Well, game 2. And is it going to be as clean as before? Jam, they kick it off, and Decker's in position. This is Dumbo going up for the ball, hits the roof in front of net, and taken away by Express. Bango's here to challenge for the ball. Shady playing off the wall, now centered. Jam Gaming having the first shot, having almost the second, and Walcott getting the third.
That is a big turnaround, the first goal for Jam Gaming in this series, and it was just off touch after touch towards the net. Darksided just crumbling a little bit under the pressure.
This is a moment where Jam Gaming can now start taking that speed and start wondering, okay, we've got the goal, how do we maintain, how do we capitalize big? For Walcott, maybe this is it. Express is going to defend that backboard, gets a big clear, but comes in for the ball. Now defense is kind of initiated for Darkside, but Decker is coming back in as well, looking for the bump. The passing play, it's around center field, and Dumbo still waiting. Right wing clears away off this wall, comes up the ramp, and now back on the wall. Dumbo will leave it to Express. The pass to Shady, but it's blocked well by Bango.
We're already seeing Jam Gaming a lot more happy to stay further back, not push further forward. And I don't know if that's the right maneuver. Letting Darksided get some shots could just lead to a free goal.
Yeah, already 1-0 up, but Bango finds an opening, so maybe not.
They pushed through. There was a good bump in the midfield. I think it was on Express to prevent him to rotate back, and it opened up the net for Bango.
2-0 up, Jam Gaming creating a different atmosphere in game 2 and dethroning the Kings. It starts with this game, and it's bringing the series back. It also starts with this game. Darksided down 2. Now bringing the ball back up. Shady off this corner. We'll have to deal with Walcott. Gets it through, but Bango reacts well, and you can see Darksided starting to get up for the ball, starting to keep it high. Something that we haven't seen too much, really. So for Darksided now pushing the ball through into this goal square. Off the backboard, Express is there. Reacted well, Jam Gaming playing in front of their net, but back into defense. Darksided now trying to get the ball through. Quick demolition, pinches the ball down, and Jam look like they're able to read a bit better, but like you said, able to take shots. Darksided now a bit of room.
It's good to see Jam Gaming be more proactive in defense, getting a lot more challenges out and getting in the way of the ball. It's what's allowing them to prevent the shots coming in.
Express now into defense. Decker comes forward, missing the ball, but Bango's there to hit it on over. Bumped out of the way. Express jumps down as he hits the ground. However, now the setup play. Jam with the counter attack. Does it better than Darksided. Dumbo passing upfield, sent up all the way and slips through the net.
What a redirect as well. Shady just finding the perfect angle to get that past the defense, reading the roof so much faster than Walcott, and Decker just not quite back in time.
So for Darksided, 1-0 onto that scoreboard. Of course, Jam already being up 2. I recorrect myself, but again, Jam in a difficult position. They have to maintain this 1-goal lead. We've seen difference of play from game 1, but for Darksided, it's still that pressure. The demolition onto Dumbo will halt things down, but still 2:30 to play with. Again, the attack comes forward, and you've got to remember the Darksided. They've been looking for these demolitions. Jam adjusting themselves quite well. Looking for them now as well. Saved away by Dumbo. Cleared, but not forgotten as Bango's here. Slows it down. Shady's going to rotate around. 2 minutes left remaining. Walcott pops it. Decker around here as well. Walcott losing the ball. Decker back in. Shady is going to sit here and wait patiently. Bumped around. Jam staying on the defense. A clear hasn't come through from Darksided. In fact, Jam have just centered the ball up for Walcott. A soft clear once again with Shady's help, able to get it away.
We're seeing Darksided pick up on the aggression, and Dumbo is going to score straight off it. No pressure play needed.
And you saw here, I think that was a missed touch, but Dumbo putting on the pressure. Decker knocked all the way back in net. Now we've got a 2-0 game.
That's the danger of letting Darksided have free shots, have free pressure, because even though they were taunting Darksided to be more aggressive and look for that overcommit, it ended up just biting them with the goal.
Well, back into contention, Darksided. It's been a very different game, one that Jam has adjusted to now off the backboard. It's going to be taken away by Dumbo, sent all the way through, but Walcott hasn't touched it.
1v2.
Express has popped the ball up, and he's hit the crossbar. Shady to finish, hits the backboard, the finisher for Dumbo.
That was great. 1, 2, and 3, and they knew that those first 2 plays didn't need to go in the net. They had that third player. They'd pulled out all of the Jam Gaming defense. Beautiful play by Darksided.
What a comeback as well. Up 2-0, Jam Gaming back on the defensive. 3-2, Darksided. Looks like they cannot be beat as hard as you try. Jam really struggling. There's the shot, though. And as soon as it began, as soon as it ended, Walcott brings it back.
Walcott just snuck that in, and now is a bit of a birthday party in the net as he got it behind the defense. Dumbo not able to get there in time, and those big shots coming out from Walcott shows how much he's improved from last season.
12, by the way, but Jam Gaming 111 on that scoreboard. It's even again, but Darksided, the kickoff is monstrous as Dumbo runs through off the corner. Walcott doesn't have full control of this ball. He's tried to send it away. Darksided keep it slow. Shady in the corner. It's popped up. Decker, away it goes as finally Express. Shady still here. Dumbo waits patiently. Has a full tank of boost. Decker pushes it all the way forward, and it's 3-all. In a very close game too. Darksided on the offense. And with 40 seconds left to go, Jam might have one play left in the system. One that can be devised right now. There's a round from the corner. No, Shady takes it away. Brought back down. Bango. Backboard defended well by Dumbo. Over to Express. No one in this corner. Up very, very high. They're going to have to wait till it hits the ground. Decker dribbling with the ball off the wall, but loses it. Winning out that challenge. Darksided able to gain control of the ball. Dumbo over the top. 15 seconds left. Here we go. The solo play. Express. He steals it away. Brings it back on down. Darksided. Over the top, Decker pops it in front of net. It's down and it's saved by Bango in the nick of time. Dumbo is still keen on this goal, but as it hits the ground now, narrowly, we go to overtime.
This is such a huge turnaround from game number 1, 7-0, and now we're in a 3-all overtime. You have to argue Darksided, the more experienced roster, should be able to handle the pressure better.
That's right, but Jam Gaming have proved that in overtime before, they're able to stand up strong. So Bango in with the ball. 15 seconds have passed as Walcott now coming in off the backboard. The series continues, and Close calls. Jam Gaming putting on the pressure, putting on the speed. Continuing up is Bango. He's going to do a light touch, which Express will react to, but not before Walcott can bring it back down. Slow with the pacing, the solo play that Walcott is known for. Out of the corner, Decker brings it back down, but finally cleared away. Still bringing the ball back in. Jam Gaming are putting on the hurt. They really want this, and they get it for a 1-all game.
That was so impressive by Jam Gaming. The aggression stepped up for overtime, put Darksided on the back foot, and they have started the comeback.
They have really started off strong in game 2, and they finish off in the same way. And although Darksided had something to say, it was really shut up by Jam Gaming. 1-all. And with Jam now getting more freedom to roam on the map.
Starting from the kickoff, they had the pressure for the entirety of the overtime. That's why it was so short. They got shot after shot. They put Darkside in the back foot where they couldn't get a clear. And in the end, they were able to get the 1-2 to finish it off.
And Walcott got 3 goals that game. I mean,
yeah.
Walcott stepping up. And individually, this player has been a huge member of Jam Gaming.
And that's felt like what Jam Gaming has done. They've played well as individuals in that series and backed each other up. So there's not a lot of passing going on. We didn't see infields or big cross fields going on. But what we did see was one person going up, dribbling it, getting a backboard, something like that, and then their teammate is ready to follow up.
And I think for Jam, their adaptation in Game 2 has been so damn important. And maybe Darksided caught by surprise a little bit as well.
I think so. Darksided weren't ready for the change in style. Jam Gaming, we saw most of that game, stepped all the way back on the defense, brought the Darksided team forward, and their first couple of goals were off Darksided trying too hard to get goals, being overconfident.
And usually we see the counterattack normally comes from Darkseid. I mean, that was the style of Express, and back when we had maybe Bango in the roster.
They're not playing as defensive as they used to, so the counterattacks aren't coming in, but they are still playing structured. They have very clean rotations. They don't take a lot of risks, so it's allowing them to have a ton of consistency in league play, but it's not necessarily the best way of having a big, powerful offense. That is where your tainted minds, surprise factor, go crazy, get random goals comes in.
Works out, but for Jam Gaming, if they can manage to pull away this series, this is huge. It means that league play, that top 4 is not locked in. And for Darksided, I think they would not be happy whatsoever because they started off 2-0. They want to make sure that week 2 goes into a 3-0, and it begins here, 7-0 to a 4-3 overtime. Game 3 is going to be close.
This should be incredibly close, but I think if Darksided can get the first goal, it's going to put them in incredible stead in this game.
Well, Shady's up for the ball, and immediately Darksided come close within 10 seconds of Game 3 starting, and quick demolition. That's onto Bango. Darksided now breathing room. Dumbo's there with the shot. Walcott sends it away. Express not letting them have the clear, and Shady waiting back for the next rotation. Bango coming up in the midfield. Dumbo's here first. Bango losing out to the ball. It rolls back down. Express comes forward. Darksided around this corner now on the defensive, and this is where we've seen issues at the moment. Darksided unable to get away. Express actually just landing on top of Shady. And I think Darksided got about 70% of that pole at least, so
72.
Let's see, big number. A lot of support for the Darksided mob, especially when we know that chat has been behind Jam Gaming in the past, so Darksided silent but deadly. Darksided coming in again, and that's Shady getting the first one.
And you can see a lot of structure in their attack as well. One touch against the backboard, the second goes across, the third sits it in the net. That is Darksided's rotational attack.
And that's the 404 goal found. Darksided up 1.
404 goal found?
Goal
I think
not
that's the
found.
wrong error.
No. This time I've changed it. I've decoded the game. And Darksided, they've really just turned digital here. I'm sorry. Darksided are still up 1. If you have just checked in, 10 seconds from before. Great save by Walcott out of the corner, but it's still sent it out. Darksided, they're putting on the hurt, and starting off with that first goal, you said, yeah, I mean, this could be the momentum builder that Darksided they wanted to begin in Game 3.
Even though Jam Gaming have their defense down pat and they're holding on mostly, they don't have someone forward to quickly get that counterattack and spring it all the way back.
It's a crossbar. This is a good setup from Darksided, and springing back now a necessity. They want to go forward, but Jam Gaming getting shut out a little bit. Big clear from Walcott, countered by Bango. Shady's there. Bango's back in. Off the side now, Jam Gaming finally getting that room to push up. Shady off the side. He'll hit the wall. Well read as Express comes in for the third. Dumbo's finishing it off. Back in net in time. Bango helps get the clear.
Beautifully read. If they could have just been a little bit more crisp, it would have been the second goal. And Darksided are a team that can really hold on to a lead.
From the side, Darksided are now trying to get the clear of their own. Jam Gaming, Decker's there. Bango in the center with Walcott behind him. And now big pass, but it's left by Express. Instead, hit by Shady. Hits the crossbar, bounces down. Express is coming in, but they will find the defense from Jam.
The thing that Dumbo was really scared about doing in this series was getting a lot of whiffs, and he's really been solid, getting a lot of good touches, and being such a pain for the Jam Gaming offense.
Great defense from Bango. Comes off the backboard, knocks it down, and Express was there to lock it in. Dumbo, Express, backboard, not defended, demolition, the goal, ready and waiting, but it was a close one that didn't find its mark.
What do you do when Walcott stepped up as big as he had? You take him out of the game, and it almost led to the goal.
Well, Darksided is still on the offense, so it's not over just yet. Express bringing that clear to a halt. Walcott down through the center, Darksided pushing up aggressively. And remember what this means for both teams. Pushing yourself up the ladder, and Express wants to go back to RLCS. He can feel it. He does not want to miss out again. Walcott pushing upfield, and off this wing, the solo play. Walcott still believes in himself.
Really good stead for whoever takes it, and the aggression coming out from Darksided as another bump looks to be coming through from Dumbo.
The unexpected plays from Shady, the solo wrapping the ball around himself. That's what we wanted to see more of. Decker now reaching and losing it to Dumbo. Walcott solo, but Shady comes in strong. Dumbo now off the wall. The backboard, not pressured. The shot's there. Dumbo lets it go in.
Express just read that perfectly, found the counterplay with a big slam, and poor Jam Gaming Decker thought that he was going to go for the shot for that counter attack, and it was just Express intercepting it immediately.
Well, 2-0 up, 1:15 remaining. Darksided. Game 3 has been a step up once again. Goes left and right, and next game, I guess Jam Gaming going to step up again. But on the defensive, Darksided now have a big mission, and they have to get Jam Gaming away from him. Being forced back, Walcott, the 1-2, the 3 Deckers backwards, but Walcott comes in to finish it off, but unfortunately, doesn't look like to be the case. Darksided now, this is their moment to shine. Decker will find the clear, but still wasting time.
You can see such good plays coming out from Jam Gaming, but they're not quite there yet. They need a few more weeks of playing together before they'll find that perfect pass play.
Synergy not intact just yet, but still these moments that shine out. Shady looking for the demolition. Darksided, I think they've done enough here. Dumbo pops the ball up, and Jam are going to have to find a miracle. There it is with Walcott, but blocked away by Express. They're giving it back to Decker, the 1-2. The 3 is not reacted to quick enough, and Darksided are able to clear the ball away once again and secure themselves Game 3.
Game 3 in the bag. Darksided taking out their second and looking to really prove themselves. Normally, in the past, you know, Darksided against Jam Gaming, we've been like, okay, Darksided, this is an expected win. But considering how well Jam Gaming have been playing so far, they're really having to work for it, and it's really going to show a lot if they win.
I mean, I'll put it to you that game was really not what Jam Gaming wanted to take out. I mean, one shot on goal, being shut out, Darksided had their freedom.
It's really hard to play against a Darksided where all 3 players are playing well. The only criticism I can give is Express has missed a couple of open nets that
Fair.
he would almost always hit directly on target. They were not easy to get because he had to get to them so quickly, but he should be getting those. But Dumbo's stepped up, Shady's playing well. It's a very difficult team to beat.
But it's been a very big change in the series all the same, and I think Jam, although adapting, Darksided like, well, look, we'll adjust our playstyle, and that's the difference between those top teams and maybe some of the newer teams coming together is they can adjust on the fly mid-series to a minute point.
A lot of it is about mentality in Rocket League as well. When you have a 7-0 series, Darksided got so confident that you saw them playing extra aggressive in game number 2. In game number 3, they brought it back. They found their playstyle once again. So they were able to get that early lead and hold on to it. And that is their playstyle. They want to get forward and then park the bus.
Another What?
So you park the bus at the back,
Yeah.
right in front of the goals, and no one can score on it.
That's fair.
Because there's a full bus in front of the net.
Yeah, no, that's definitely fair.
It's a very common term.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I got to get on that. Dark-sided up.
Pretty sure you've laughed multiple times when I've said that.
I think I have. I don't remember hearing that whatsoever, but test my memory. Game 4, Dark-sided up 1, and let's see who parks the bus this game.
You don't park the bus until you're in the lead, and that is Dark-sided looking to take an early lead.
A 1-0 up, 20 seconds have passed, and already Dark-sided, they look clean.
Just from the fact that Shady was in the perfect pass position, when Dumbo got that 50-50, he was already set up for the pass in the perfect spot.
This is the confidence in the play and also the control with their team. And like you said, give Jam maybe a couple of weeks and get to this level. But for Dark-sided, they've been playing together for a while. We've seen other tournaments and in Throwdown, they've been putting in the hard yards, and this is the result.
And you saw as well, Dumbo took 2 people out of the play, and now it's up to Jam to bring it back against a team that knows how to
They've
defend.
been super aggressive, but that net is open and the counter-attack bang. Right
Jam
back.
overcommitted against the defensive Dark-sided. They went too hard, and then the counter-attack happened.
Well, 40 seconds have passed. Dark-sided up 2-0. Game 1 reminiscent. Not yet. That's called gleeking, by the way.
But it could really happen. With Dark-sided in the lead, Jam Gaming have to get more and more aggressive, and you'll see 3 players in that Dark-sided defense. So if they don't execute perfectly, it'll get scored back on their own defense.
Well, pushing it to the limit now, Dark-sided have found themselves another great center. And the defense for Jam Gaming, you can't park a bus if there's already a ute in the way. Shady now centering the ball. Dumbo's here. The center was perfect, but the shot unfortunately was not. Bango dribbling it, gets it over the top. Great pop to bring Jam back in.
Great flick. Jam Gaming bringing that back off the back of Bango's dribbles. He's always been good at them. He's found the 1v1 play, and even beating Express is very difficult in defense.
It definitely is. So Bango getting 1 goal for Jam, but now time awaits. 1 goal difference and a Jam Gaming lineup that has found these openings. How many more can they find? Bango on the defense, blocks that one away. Dark-sided is still pushing up. It's been plaguing me for a while now is Dark-sided coming out of the woodworks with these surprise plays. I think the passes are always good, but it was a great save from Bango, very close. Jam Gaming, I feel, are wanting to push up here. Like any game of Rocket League, Walcott sends it over to Bango off this corner now. Dark-sided really controlling the ball, and another good save by Bango.
They're getting themselves into positions where they're taking people out of the play and setting up 2v1 attacks, and it's so hard to defend, so props to Jam Gaming for being able to hold on against the 2v1s.
Express gets sent flying and only works out for Dark-sided as the defense from Jam Gaming pushes up, neglecting the ball whatsoever is Shady as Dumbo's left with the result. Walcott back here in the midfield. That was Express, I beg your pardon. Dark-sided now still pushing up. Who's going to be taken away, but Bango off this side. Great pass over to Dumbo. Angled in, and it was beautiful play.
The slowness of that shot is what set that all up. They'd already taken 2 people out, just like before. They were running back, Bango not in position, and because it went slow, Bango had to go for that initial fast shot.
Dark-sided up 2 more goals. What a convincing story. Another potential 3-1 for Dark-sided this week. Off the bat of that, a demolition mid-air, the shot, the backboard. Bango's already jumped up, and Dark-sided able to push forward or do whatever they want at this stage of the game.
Seeing Bango pre-jump so many times just shows the quality of shots Dark-sided are making. He feels so pressured in defense that he needs to just try and get to the ball first.
At the moment, doesn't look like he can. Bango there. Backboard is a miss, and Express waiting here. Walcott positioning forward on the ball. Magic School Bus hasn't been erected in any net for this game. 2 minutes 10 remaining. Dark-sided pushing again. Able to get the ball through the center field. Bango, up he goes. Express reacts well. Walcott, that one hits the roof, and at the moment, unable to get anything. Bango's bullied around. Dark-sided able to push up the field again.
Dark-sided, they're taking complete control of this match, and that's just another one going in. Express cleaning up.
Really, at the moment, Dark-sided looking clinical. And this being, you know, their only series of the day, this is a great result. You know, finding a team that has been rising through the ranks, shutting them down and maintaining your current throne. Darksided have done exactly that. Bango will get demoed, but 1 minute 40 to get 2 more goals.
This is something we saw from Jam Gaming. They do have quite a good kickoff strategy. This time it was just Bango by himself, but they often have Decker following up cheating to try and get that goal. So Darksided should have been able to expect that.
However, Darksided did not, and that one going in means that Jam have an opportunity. Decker coming up, the kickoff strategy again. Off the backboard now, an opening. Darksided take the shot. It's saved away, but narrowly at that. Express has sent it back, and the rotation's there. Dumbo to create that false sense of security as he jumps back up. Decker now dropping down with the ball, 1 minute 30. Walcott around, doesn't win it out, but Bango's here to recover. Loses the ball over to Express, back over to Dumbo. A lot of time wasted for Jam Gaming, and it just gives back to Darksided to play with the ball.
Even now, just pushing that one back, making sure they maintain possession and always look for their teammate makes it so difficult for Jam to get any kind of play. But a bump from Walcott, and that is the comeback now for Jam Gaming.
1 minute remaining. Jam have an opportunity. And like you said, Walcott was at the heart of this shot, getting the bump on Express.
He almost got in the way himself.
But now Jam, separated by 1, Darksided, they have to hold on.
What a turnaround from a 3-0 up to a 4-3 match, and Jam Gaming turning on the fireworks.
Dumbo to Shady. That one opens the net, and now 2-0 up.
Just a big slam across the 1-2. Dumbo to Shady. It's a good play off the wall, and that flip. Just get underneath it and give it that extra power, as well as beating the Jam Gaming defender.
1 minute left remaining. Darksided lead again, but this time it's not narrowly. 2 goals up. Jam, it's been talk about the kickoff strategy, but nothing comes of it. And again, really for Jam Gaming, the story all lies, and if they can take it to game number 5. It's been so damn close, but Darksided always one step ahead. 45 seconds left remaining.
45 seconds, 2 goals is needed, and Jam Gaming needed to step up the pressure, take some risks, and hope for the best.
Express is there, but he doesn't win the ball. 30 seconds remaining off this corner. Bango waiting around. A light touch, but it's been given over to Shady. Now time is definitely running out. 2 goals in 20 seconds is a hard ask. Walcott almost gets it over Dumbo as Decker bounces the ball there. It's in front of net. The shot's for Bango, and he rolls it in with 12 seconds for one more.
That is the comeback in a tee. They needed to do this all game, but to step up right at the end is going to be just good enough. They need one more goal, but they have the kickoff strategies.
So 12 seconds. Darksided, can they read this? Can Jam Gaming come out rolling? Walcott, slow but fast to the ball in the same sense. Here comes Darksided forward. Decker's there, but Darksided, they've gotten the backboard. They've got the pressure on. They keep it in front of net, and all Decker can do is hit it to the side. Walcott's here as well. Bango off the wall. It's going to hit the ground, and Darksided, they take it 3-1.
They're able to hold on to a great lead. They're such a good defensive team, but even still, Jam Gaming put them on their toes.
A 3-1 with Darksided taking out Jam. I mean, this is a huge win. Bango, 4 goals, 6 shots. An impressive start from Jam, an impressive end, I dare say, but I think especially for Jam, they'll be a little disappointed with the result.
I definitely think Jam would have at least wanted to get it much closer in the series, have it go a lot closer overall, because they're really wanting to go top 2.
I mean, Jam, that was, again, a bit of a lack of result, but I think for Darksided, a strong performance career.
Yeah, they had 3 really good games coming out from Darksided. Game 2, they had a bit of a struggle where you did see Jam start to pop off and go crazy. And one of my favorite moments as well when Bango did that great flip to Walcott is that huge pass that led that banger down the middle.
Well, I even feel in that last game, Darksided aren't going to be quite as happy with that last performance. And Jam Gaming did do really well. If they played as well as they did in that last game as in the entire series, I think we might have seen it go a different way.
No, I think that's fair.
But that's a very different Jam Gaming, and one that needs to develop throughout league play. You've got a couple of weeks left, and then we move into our qualifiers. I think for Jam, moving forward, they would say, right, let's tighten up our synergy.
They can also look at that one little bit of that last game, because right now they've got they've just got Legacy as a top team remaining, and then they're going to be versing Retirement Home,
Yeah.
Love Deck, some of the lower teams to get them through. But they need to focus on Dark-Sided, Legacy, those top teams if they want to make RLCS.
Yeah, and I think they need to help bring Deca more into the fold as well. A lot of that game, you saw that it was huge standout performances from Bango coming forward or Walcott coming forward, or the two of those two players passing between each other to get all of the goals, where Deca didn't really fit into the rotations as neatly and didn't have the opportunities to come forward and help set up.
I'd really like to see them tighten up the defense as well. We saw in game number 2, they were winning off the defense because they would be really solid. Dark-Sided would get frustrated and overcommit. But then they'd still let some goals in while they were defending. It's not enough.
Yeah, you can't rely on the defense when it's not there.
Yeah.
But if I had to pick like an MVP for Omen by HP, I would immediately say in that series alone, I would look at someone like Dumbo, who I think this week has shown more of an outstanding performance.
I think he just really stepped up. I think that's the big part of Dumbo's performance, is that he was clean.
Yeah, no, I agree. That's why I said at the beginning of the game, Dumbo's the man to watch for this. He's the one that's going to bring the team together and push them slightly further, and they've moved.
However, moving into our last series of the day, we haven't seen Legacy jump onto the pitch just yet, so I think that's going to be a curious one, of course, taking on Love Decks, who had a fantastic week last week and almost upset the Chiefs. We have that in 5 minutes, so don't go anywhere.